Weekly Outdoor Plus, a new and exciting outdoor show right here on Fox 55 WFXS, every Sunday from 10:30 to 11 a.m., presented by Bucks and Bulls Archery in Stevens Point, Wisconsin, starring new owner Gary Hintz. His youngest son, the show pro, Jace Hintz. And the show producer, creator, and host, his oldest son, Seth Hintz. Now sit back and get ready to learn about archery and the world of the outdoors. This week, Weekly Outdoor Plus begins to tell you the trip Gary and Seth took down to southern Florida this past week, where they hooked into some largemouth bass, got on top of some wild hogs, and shot an alligator. The trip started out bright and early on Lake Okeechobee, the second largest lake in the nation, and one thing it's very well known for are its largemouth bass.
Here. Oh my God, don't lose that one.
Oh, yes. Here we go. I'm taking home the big bass today.
Got him. Lake Okeechobee, Florida. Largemouth bass fishing.
That's a nice one.
That is a very nice one.
Go ahead, let it go.
Our first morning there, we went bass fishing for a little while just to pass some time before we were going to go scouting for gators later that evening. Like I said earlier, we were staying right on Lake Okeechobee, which is a beautiful lake in southern Florida full of all kinds of wildlife, which we're going to show you a little bit of today and next week. We stayed at Big Lake Lodge right on the lake, about 25 feet from the boat landing, where you could see everything, including alligators. But stay tuned, because in this episode we're going to show you a couple of wild hog hunts from Seth, Molly, and Maddie. Weekly Outdoor Plus is moving to 9:30 a.m. starting next week, September 1st. Don't miss out. Change your DVR and reminders now to 9:30 a.m. next week, still right here on Fox 55. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.
Hi, welcome to Frank's Hardware in Stevens Point, Wisconsin.
Proud to be family owned and operated since the 1940s. Conveniently located on Highway 10, Frank's Hardware has all your general hardware needs, and we specialize in a wide variety of products, meaning all of your paint, lawn and garden, plumbing, electrical, and many more of those household needs. Not only do we have a new one,
Where we can show you how to fix what you already have. Did you know Frank's Hardware also offers a wide variety of services?
so stop on down to Frank's Hardware today. We don't just have great products.
But we have great service.
Bucks and Bulls Archery in Stevens Point is now under new ownership and has a new location. Stop down to 3272 Church Street and meet the new owner, Gary Hintz. His fully stocked pro shop carries Matthews, Hoyt, and many more products to serve all your needs. They also do all repairs for any style and full customizations. Leagues and lessons will begin soon, so stop in today and check out what's new, because we're confident that we can get you from in here to out there. Bucks and Bulls Archery, Stevens Point, Wisconsin. Pro Wash, commercial and residential mobile power washing service will get it clean. Whether it's a house, garage, roof, patio, or deck, Pro Wash uses all hot water, putting them above the rest. They also use all biodegradable chemicals to get out any mold or rotting that's ruining your home. So take a large step towards protecting one of your biggest investments and have the cleanest house on the block. Call 715-341-7852 for an estimate today and ask for the Pro at Pro Wash. 715-341-7852. If you're looking for a vacuum that is going to perform year in and year out, look no further. Sebo is the best of the best. Pick up your Sebo today at Barbershop, 2400 Church Street, Stevens Point.
Real Deal Mineral. deer eat it gone.
Real Deal Mineral is the real deal. Other minerals on the market contain up to 70% salt. Real Deal has less than 7% salt and more of the minerals deer need to grow bigger horns. And bigger horns mean bigger trophies.
I tried Real Deal Mineral for the first time, and I saw bucks on camera I never knew I had.
Real Deal Mineral.
Available here at Bucks and Bulls Archery, Stevens Point, or realdealmineral.com.
Welcome to this week's lesson segment on Weekly Outdoor Plus, brought to you by Barbershop, 2400 Church Street, Stevens Point, where they have the most wide variety of vacuums, sewing machines, and parts you could need, and great service to go along with it. So get your notebooks and pencils out, because it's time for your lesson segment with myself, Jace Hintz, and Weekly Outdoor Plus. Welcome to this week's lesson segment on Weekly Outdoor Plus. Jace Hintz here. We're going to be going over different ways to be prepared for when you're in the woods or shooting tournaments and stuff, on how to know the range you're shooting at, the distance. You know, there's a lot of different things that play tricks on your eyes. Makes it hard to learn how to judge yards and everything, and you don't always have a rangefinder with you, which is a very good benefit too. So we're going to start out by basically when you're every single day you can practice judging yards, and I highly recommend it. I know a lot of people that I shoot against in like their backyard, say you walk out their patio, they'll have stakes in the ground at 20, 30, 40 yards, and they'll sit there and they'll just, you know, judge off the ground. Okay, there's 20, there's 30, there's 40. It's just kind of a mental image knowing how far each one is, kind of muscle memory type deal. Another thing too, like when you're hunting in a tree stand, especially in different places, I mean, having a rangefinder is very beneficial. The common ground I find is if you don't have one, basically, you gotta first find a distance that is well known. Like most people that shoot their bull will especially start out at 20 yards. Like if I'm shooting a 3D tournament, that's the first landmarker I find. I always look for trees and stuff. Find a tree that's in line, you know, find something really close to the path you're shooting and say, okay, that's 20 yards, or that's very close to 20. Now I think it's an extra 5 yards. Okay, we're shooting 25 yards. Practice doing things like that, like especially if you always have a rangefinder on you and you're always shooting in your backyard and stuff. Practice without it first. Walk up to the target, judge how far you think it is, and then check. Do that every single time. Even if you're on a 3D course, I mean, it's a very beneficial way to get more practice on how to do it. The more you practice, the better you're going to get at it. Another really big thing that I enjoy doing, especially if you're hunting on field edges, from basically the base of your tree, figure out what your 20 or 30 or 40 yards is. Put down landmarkers, whether it's a sticks in the ground, you have little posts, if you have little flags, hang them up, put your scent at a certain distance. Anything you can do like that will definitely help you out and prepare you better for your shot, because the biggest problem people have is, again, you know, rushing your shot and not judging your yards. That's a huge deal where, I mean, you don't want to miss that one shot of a lifetime. So yeah, I mean, my tip this week is practice. Practice doing that as much as you can, no matter what you do for a living. You know, say you're a UPS driver, walking from house to house, pretend you know how far it is. Take a guess. Front door is 20 yards. See if it's 20 steps. That's going to be very close to 20 yards. The average, you know, full-grown person's pace is about 1 yard. You know, it might have to stretch it out a little or a little less, but pretty simple, pretty straightforward way to judge, you know, at least out to 20, 30 yards. So yeah, practice judging yards no matter what you're doing. You can always practice, and if you don't have a rangefinder, that is something that is very, you know, beneficial, something to look into. And if you're a big bow hunter, look in getting one with arc so that you can do it out of your tree, and it'll actually tell you the difference in variation, because the more straight down you shoot, the farther it actually is. Then the farther out you go, the more it actually evens out and makes it not as big of a difference. So yeah, tune in next week. We'll have more different ideas for you, and if you have any questions, feel free to call Bucks and Bulls, or if you want to repeat on this, check us out on the website or on Facebook. All right, thank you, have a good week.
Weekly Outdoor Plus is moving to 9:30 a.m. starting next week, September 1st. Don't miss out. Change your DVR and reminders now to 9:30 a.m. next week, still right here on Fox 55. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.
Why does your phone work so good here and mine can't even find service?
That's because I went to Sopa Cellular in Plover, Wisconsin.
Sopa Cellular is conveniently located in the village, right next to Menards. Stop in and check out why they have the most affordable unlimited text and data smartphone plans. They offer LG, Samsung, HTC, Motorola, and many other top-quality Android market devices. Sopa Cellular has all your accessories for any style of phone, with hundreds to choose from, so they are sure to have the deal you're looking for. Make Sopa Cellular your Element Mobile headquarters and stop down to 1813 Park Avenue in Plover today.
Before experiencing it, you won't know dependability. Unless you've drawn it, you haven't felt smooth. Until you shoot it, you've yet to be this accurate. The Matthews Creed.
Available at Bucks and Bulls Archery in Stevens Point, Wisconsin.
It's summertime and the living's easy.
If you start all your projects here at Frank's Hardware on Highway 10 in Stevens Point.
From seeds to irrigation and endless lawn and garden tools, we have it all, so you can get your work done and enjoy it this summer. We also do screen repair, lawnmower blade and knife sharpening, and offer the supplies to put in your own well, including equipment rental. And while you're here, pick up your seed and sets in bulk so you always have the right amount.
So make us your lawn and garden headquarters this summer.
That's Frank's Hardware on Highway 10 in Stevens Point. See you soon.
Tired of buying a new vacuum every 3 to 4 years? Well, we found your solution at Barber's Shop, your vacuum cleaner and sewing machine headquarters.
When I decided to invest in a vacuum, I went to Barber Shop.
And while you're here, take advantage of their scissor and knife sharpening services. With the knowledge to help you find that vacuum or sewing machine you're looking for, why go anywhere but 2400 Church Street in Stevens Point to Barber Shop? You need parts? We have as complete of a supply of vacuum and sewing machine parts as you could find. So before you invest in a vacuum, see us, because we sell the best and fix the rest. Barber Shop, 2400 Church Street, Stevens Point. Alright, now it's time for one of our more exciting segments here on Weekly Outdoor Plus. It's where we get to keep our fans connected with the show. Don't forget, you can send in your pictures to weeklyoutdoorplus@live.com or link them up to us on Facebook to get in this segment of our show each week, as Sopa Cellular makes it extremely easy for you to capture these photos and then send and share them around effortlessly. Our first couple this week come from Dale Kinney, who shot his first Robin Hood ever after getting his bow tuned in at Bucks and Bulls Archery. Didn't take him long practicing at 30 yards in his backyard for him to split an arrow. Nice shooting. This next one is a trail cam picture of a bear from our friends at the USSA, where they're planning on taking some youth out bear hunting this fall. And here's 8-year-old Grace practicing shooting at Bucks and Bulls Archery. And here's a nice local buck somebody caught on their trail cam. This one comes from Sean and Morgan having some fun at Yellowstone Park on vacation. And here's the Reichert family with Molly's hog, which you guys are going to get to see later on this show. And the last one today is of Jeff Sidney and Molly Reichert with Molly's gator that she harvested in southern Florida last week. Way to go, Molly. So stop on down to Sopa Cellular today and check out all their great deals, and stay tuned for more Weekly Outdoor Plus action.
We're out here sighting in our gator bull. Season starts in about 4 hours. We got guide Robert helping me sight in, and we're just sitting here we're going to go on the Kissimmee River, and there just happens to be an alligator swimming by as we're sighting in our bull. Dead gator.
Okay, so we know that's about 17 yards.
That was close enough. How to hit it.
Oh yeah.
Every shot I probably hit.
Every shot you'd have hit him.
Just a little hole almost. Me and guide Robert just set up our gator rig here. It's a little different than our fish rigs. A little bit bigger stuff. I got 5 fixed pins. I'm just trying to figure out which pin to use at what distance right now. I think we'll be ready to go.
Go.
There's a gator right across the canal. We already got one close by, and we're just getting ready to go out hunting.
Before we go hunting though, we got to spend a day or two looking for alligators where we were going to be hunting, which was nice for us because it's not something we're used to doing up in northern Wisconsin. One thing for sure, it was not hard to find gators. faster.
You see the one on the rocks? We'd have to back up now, it's behind this.
We saw quite a few nice ones right where Gary was going to be able to hunt on opening morning, so we were pretty excited about that. Unfortunately for you guys, that's next week. Now we're out on a ranch just north of Lake Okeechobee looking for wild boar, hogs, and these guys are not your typical pig. They got big fangs and they'll attack you. The first part of our hunt here is of Molly Reichert, age 14, from Amherst, Wisconsin, and our new friend Maddie Gallio, who get to drop 2 giant boars right off the bat. Maddie's up first and she chooses the big boar in the lead, which is a very nice looking boar with lighter hair and dark spots. Like I said earlier, these guys are tough. She hit him really good and he still took off a little ways. But in the end, Maddie prevails, successful, with a nice boar hog.
She got it!
One of the other hogs with this bunch was a really big old one, and Molly had her sights on that one, so we wanted to keep an eye on which way these were going. But first, Maddie has to take care of what she started. And now back to our search for that group of hogs as Molly's up next. It wasn't too long though before we circled around in front of him and he separated from the group just enough for her to get a good shot at him. Great shooting, girls. With 2 down and 1 to go. Stay tuned to see if Seth can get one with his bow after this short break. Weekly Outdoor Plus is moving to 9:30 a.m. starting next week, September 1st. Don't miss out. Change your DVR and reminders now to 9:30 a.m. next week, still right here on Fox 55. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week. Why does your phone work so good here and mine can't even find service?
That's because I went to Sopa Cellular in Plover, Wisconsin.
Sopa Cellular is conveniently located in the village, right next to Menards. Stop in and check out why they have the most affordable unlimited text and data smartphone plans. They offer LG, Samsung, HTC, Motorola, and many other top-quality Android market devices. Sopa Cellular has all your accessories for any style of phone, with hundreds to choose from, so they are sure to have the deal you're looking for. Make Sopa Cellular your Element Mobile headquarters and stop down to 1813 Park Avenue in Plover today. ProWash, commercial and residential mobile power washing service will get it clean. Whether it's a house, garage, roof, patio, or deck, ProWash uses all hot water, putting them above the rest. They also use all biodegradable chemicals to get out any mold or rotting that's ruining your home. So take a large step towards protecting one of your biggest investments and have the cleanest house on the block. Call 715-341-7852 for an estimate today and ask for the Pro at ProWash. 715-341-7852. Bucks and Bulls Archery in Stevens Point is now under new ownership and has a new location. Stop down to 3272 Church Street and meet the new owner, Gary Hintz. His fully stocked pro shop carries Matthews, Hoyt, and many more products to serve all your needs. They also do all repairs for any style and full customizations. Leagues and lessons will begin soon, so stop in today and check out what's new, because we're confident that we can get you from in here to out there. Bucks and Bulls Archery, Stevens Point, Wisconsin. If you're looking for a vacuum that is going to perform year in and year out, look no further. SIBO is the best of the best. Pick up your SIBO today at Barbershop, 2400 Church Street, Stevens Point.
Real Deal Mineral. Deer eat it gone.
Real Deal Mineral is the real deal. Other minerals on the market contain up to 70% salt. Real Deal has less than 7% salt and more of the minerals deer need to grow bigger horns. And bigger horns mean bigger trophies.
I tried Real Deal Mineral for the first time, and I had over 1,000 pictures on my trail cameras in less than a week.
Real Deal Mineral.
Available here at Bucks and Bulls Archery, Stevens Point, or realdealmineral.com.
Bucks and Bulls Archery in Stevens Point is now under new ownership and has a new location. Stop down to 3272 Church Street and meet the new owner, Gary Hintz. His fully stocked pro shop carries Matthews, Hoyt, and many more products to serve all your needs. They also do all repairs for any style and full customizations. Leagues and lessons will begin soon, so stop in today and check out what's new, because we're confident that we can get you from in here to out there. Bucks and Bulls Archery, Stevens Point, Wisconsin.
Hit him again. You got this, Molly.
After Molly and Maddie just harvested some big ol' hogs, now it was time for Seth to try seeing if he could get on one with his bow. It wasn't going to be easy with how active they were today, running all over the place, especially in this 95-degree weather. After driving across the ranch, they spot another big boar making his way along a fence line. He is on a mission, not slowing down for anything, so he's not going to make for an easy shot with the bow and arrow.
If I jump on the ground? I don't know. Dude, I think you got it right there. Yeah, get it, right already. Right already.
Oh, you better go if you're going.
Just hold on back there a minute. I need him to try going through the fence again.
On our first attempt, he gives us the slip.
Hey, tell me what you want me to do. If he tries to get into the fence, just stop and I'm gonna jump out. Shit, my glasses. I forgot to take my glasses off. It's all on video. We got that's the thrill of a hunt right there.
Then I finally got him to stop for a shot, but it wasn't very long.
Maybe not.
That was when I realized this was not going to be easy. So back on the buggy, trying to head around front of him where I could post up.
I think it went under him.
Molly, get your gun out and help him.
Well, the first shot was unsuccessful, but I did learn that I had to be more patient. I kind of rushed myself making a bad shot, and he was running full speed, just getting further and further away from me. This time, I had to be a little more careful because it might only get one more shot. So we headed back around the way he was going to try and get in front of him one more time.
Oh, you got him. Yeah, you hit the artery too. Don't kill it.
I had got him, But like I said earlier, these guys are pretty mean, so I had to be really cautious going up to him to make sure that he's not still alive.
You gonna get down there and catch it and you stab him?
Hog down!
Right here? Got some blood on my knife. On my new buck knife. I'm sweating now.
I had finally gotten myself a wild hog with my bow and arrow, and just shy of 200 pounds. He was a good one. Which pretty much rounds up our hog hunting experience down in southern Florida as we get prepared to go alligator hunting when season opens the next day. Now it's time to go and claim our hogs. Molly and the Reicherts with her massive 215 pounder. And here's Maddie with the boar that I thought had a lot of nice character. A lightish brown color with the black spots. Nice shooting, girls. Now we can have hog for dinner. One thing I should mention is we save the lungs from these hogs to get our gators the next day. So make sure to tune back next week as gator season is now open and Gary has a tag for opening night.
He's gonna come up. He's gonna come up. He's gonna come up. Be ready out here. Be ready out here. He's gonna come up right out here. Get ready. There he is right here. Hold on.
Don't miss out on this exciting episode next week on Weekly Outdoor Plus. Thank you for watching this week's episode of Weekly Outdoor Plus presented by Bucks and Bulls Archery in Stevens Point, Wisconsin. Don't forget to check us out online at facebook.com/weeklyoutdoorplus. See you next week. Weekly Outdoor Plus is moving to 9:30 a.m. starting next week, September 1st. Don't miss out. Change your DVR and reminders now to 9:30 a.m. next week, still right here on Fox 55. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.